All right, we're back, and thanks for staying with us. It's still Crossfire with Dakbo and Ishoma. At this moment, we'll quickly go through some of the stories that are making headlines and take a few comments, and then we go on to address a couple of a very, very interesting conversation that we will be having on the show. We have Chief Larry Emenike in the studio with us, and we'll be running the show together from top to bottom. Now, Chief Larry, welcome to our studio.
Thank you.
Thanks for
joining us.
Thank you very much.
Thanks for making our time to join us. Now, over time, we have observed, that Nigeria has never really taken seriously the issue of weak borders. And recently, information have it by the activities of the immigration that a lot of arms and ammunition, are coming into the country via, a lot of our borders. I mean, the axis of the Niger, the axis of Lake Chad, the axis of Republic of Benin in Cotonou, and so many other, other countries, that are really flagging the country Nigeria. And so the Nigerian Immigration Service are calling on other ECOWAS, that's Economic Community of West African States, to help, how will I put it, fortify our borders so that some of these arms and ammunitions will not infiltrate into the country anymore. Over time, you keep wondering what government is really done about our borders. I mean, what's your take on Nigerian borders?
Basically, to me, it's not a palatable news because I thought by this time, in the history of our nation, that we would have had it, somehow more relaxed based on some certain pronouncement of some certain people. But the reality of the time is saying otherwise. And I don't really know why it is so. Because one, when this incoming government came in, there were so many promises about security. And I thought maybe when you have those that you believe that can work with you, not basically because of federal character or quota system. I thought maybe as a former president, a military leader for that, I thought with what we passed through during the selection of some of all these people that are in the cabinet, that something different would have been the order of the day. But we are seeing something that is not that. But again, you have an institution of government, call it the Nigerian Immigration, call it the police, because if you go to the borders, there are more than how many agencies that are supposed to be there. The police are there, the customs are there, the immigration are there. There are about 6 of them, the quarantine and so many others that are supposed to be, in those borders. But what are we saying? I've been to Yusufari in Yobe State, and what I saw that is, is a situation whereby it's like a paddy-paddy arrangement because the North believes in one North. You understand? Arewa, or maybe, what do they call it there? You will discover that maybe people, the movement they have this free or liberal, understanding among themselves, and that is one of the major challenges that they have there. The challenge we have there to pass through, Owode or Seme is not what is obtainable in the North. Their freedom is so obvious.
The North is more porous.
You understand me? And it was a creation of some of them because they believe in themselves and they believe in oneness. You understand? So I think it's something that if the government is really sincere to deal with it, and if we have some certain people that believe that they have something to deliver to Nigerians, you have a Minister of Interior. You understand me? You have so many things that are going for these people. But when you listen to what is going on within the media circle, just 2 days ago, you heard of rancor in the police force. Mm-hmm. Every agency of government today are experiencing one rancor as a result of promotion, as a result of maybe people are being discharged indiscriminately. Some certain people are making complaints. I was in office one day, somewhere with one lawyer friend of mine, and some certain people brought this case that they were discharged from the military, without due process. They were not given fair hearing. I don't know if you understand me. So many politics, has infiltrated into our polity. And the danger, the dangerous part of it is that they allowed it to go through these particular security agencies. You understand? We are more divided now. And so many people don't believe that they have a duty for the nation. Because if you are in an organization and you discover that there is this kind of things going on within your organization, some people are laid off indiscriminately, without due process, and they are seeing it as maybe this has to do with ethnicity, or maybe with religion, or maybe with the mindset of those.
And it could be internal processes in the concerned organization.
That is what I'm saying, but it is clear, as far as some of us is concerned that has some of this information with us, that something really is going wrong.
Still as regards the story about the border, security of our borders,
yes.
I recall in 2014, the then Comptroller General came out to say Nigeria has over 1,400 illegal borders.
Okay.
Now, we know security it's one of the big challenges this administration is facing through. Aside the official borders which the country has, let us also look at the proliferation of arms and ammunition, crime into the country through our illegal borders. Is it possible to secure these borders? Say you have a fence, like the Donald Trump proposed agenda for the Mexicans. We have a Trump, or we have
so we can as well build a fence and the Republic of Benin will pay.
Exactly.
Or we build a fence and
how feasible is it? Because this is Nigeria here.
There is this ECOWAS charter that cuts across all nations. It's not easy for you to erect those kind of fences. That's why it created a problem in the U.S.
But there's one ongoing at the semi-border axis, and I think it's a collaboration between Nigeria and Republic of Benin.
That one is an isolated issue because one is just within that particular environment that you have those borders. What she's talking about is something of having to erect a fence from Sususu point to SYZ point. I think that's what she's saying. And I think it's not really the issue here. When you have a good arrangement, when you have a government that is focused, you can have some certain agencies of this, agencies of government, monitoring some of those, areas perfectly, but it might not be 100% because there is nowhere.
But all these officers are probably somewhat compromised.
Basically.
But we could use technological means, drones and the rest of those.
Drones, how many of them are you going to, put in place from the north to the south? You understand me? But I think with what we have on ground now, it is the responsibility of government to find a way to solve those issues. It's not rocket science. You understand me? What we need to do is that when the government is sincere or more focused of what they really want, the challenge here now is that we don't have leadership. And that is a reality. You understand? So the challenge here is that we don't have Nigerians, just like what Ishoma said, before this program, is that Nigerian spirit is no more there.
Sense of belonging.
It's no more there. Wike said something the other time. He said Nigerians are more divided. And that is the reality.
It may not be very true because I think to a very large extent,
I quoted somebody.
We are still more together than the possibility or the propensity of our division. I think to a very large extent when we look at the geopolitical zone, to a very large anyway, we'll be discussing that in full. But let's quickly take your comment on this particular story. Police to create 88 additional area commands to boost operational efficiency. I mean, when I was looking at this story, and I listened, to the Inspector General of Police in Lagos yesterday and the collaboration that they're trying to have with some certain states. For instance, it was in a meeting, a closed-door meeting with the Governor of Lagos State, Akinwumi Ambode. Fortunately, the Governor of Lagos State was saying we need, to boost operational efficiency, we need at least 2 additional commands in Lagos, one in the Badagry axis and another one in Ikorodu, considering the activities of Bado and so many things happening at the moment. But the truth is, I would have expected the Inspector General of Police to say, we don't have the manpower to be able to cover that. Or we don't have enough men to be able to open more operational, more commands, more area commands. But he just, swallowed it like, it's a normal thing, it's not a big deal. Maybe because the governor I mean, the governor of Lagos State was saying, I will. I mean, even though I didn't, I was not very comfortable, with the statement when Akinwumi Ambode was making the statement yesterday. I will sponsor 2 additional area command. I will ensure that I will. I mean, I thought it's a collective responsibility. This is a state, even though you are the first citizen of Lagos State as the governor. But I mean, I'm not very comfortable with the I thing. I thought a we will do something would have been more impressive, to me.
It's easy.
Yeah,
it's easy to
very
do.
sincerely.
If you wait for the we, that may never happen.
But can he single-handedly do anything?
I think experience, as we were taught, still remains the best teacher. With what is happening today, Ambode knows better. You saw the experience they had with the Lagos Airport Road,
Yes.
The Lagos Ibadan that is happening, the Oshodi Apapa.
Yes.
So when you discover that you have an environment that is so hostile, I don't envy Ambode today, basically because, one, the guy has a focus on where he's going, but then the reality of the time is that he has some certain cabal. I'm making this suggestion.
I don't think so.
Let me tell you something. Right. I'm getting somewhere because one, somebody is saying I will, and you are not comfortable with that. Because one, if he, just like Ishoma said, if he decide to wait for somebody from somewhere, nothing will be done.
Okay.
Airport Road is an experience that it happened in our own
Airport
eyes.
Is a compensation of the federal government to Lagos State in marking his 50th birthday.
No.
The airport road.
There's nothing like compensation. You are telling somebody you are compensating me for me to spend my money? Is that compensation?
No, the federal government is probably planning to reimburse. When the story made headlines, Chief Larry, when the story made headlines, it was more like federal government saying, go ahead and do this road. The federal government will reimburse.
Let me tell you something. Okay. Earlier, because of the state of that particular road, the governor came out and said, please, they did a visibility studies on that road. A presentation was made to the governor. She went to, he went to the Ministry of Works that's supposed to do the job, and they were delaying. So the man waited and, brought it to the attention of Lagosians. He cried in one forum that the federal government, we are not helping him, that he has decided to sponsor this particular road by himself, by the state. So why? And the next thing you saw the Minister of Works in the person of Fashola came to Lagos, and through his media officers, they tried to refute that. And at the end, he came here on a jamboree. And after jamboree, he left, promised that they will start work. And later, what happened? Nothing happened.
Okay.
And the only thing you need the governor to do is to make representation again to the highest office. Osibanjo worked here. So he is part of this state. So when the governor made the representation based on the sufferings of the people, as presented by the governor, Osibanjo used the executive powers. If you can remember what happened that time, please hand over, Lagos, take over this road and do it. That was what happened.
Now, you see, the executive order must come. The Muritala International Airport is not a Lagos State. Does not belong to Lagos State. It's a federal government.
Lagosians are using it for God's sake.
Exactly.
This road, from there, from Oshodi, you can go to the other side of Ikeja.
Yes.
There is Computer Village.
Yes.
These are Lagosians. Many people...
Even it takes you to the local airport.
80% of people that are using that road are not traveling through the international airport. All of them are not passengers. Yeah. They are Lagosians. So the governor has a responsibility. That is why he's there. So if somebody is trying to stampede, on your way of progress, you take them away. That was what happened. And again, if you remember what happened in the Oshodi Apapa Expressway, I was there when they were protesting. Yeah. I saw the APA secretary, the former secretary of River State, this secretary of River State government under Amechi, that lady.
Yes.
She came out and addressed the people as regards the situation report on that road, which has been there. Now, when she addressed, she made mention that Flour Mills of Nigeria and Dangote have decided to present 2-point-something billion as competent funding and in form of their social responsibility. Yeah. to the community.
They do business in that, in that
Yes,
community.
they are not the only
anyway.
people doing the business.
Yes.
Now, they agreed to provide this money, and NPA, according to the lady, also will support. And they got to 4.9 billion. Within 1 week, the Minister of Works came on to claim that that road is going to cost 100 billion. And everybody ran away. I started shouting everywhere. I think I even made that presentation here. And I said, no, that this is what we had from this lady. What is the change? How come? Is it another 78 million personal website? And we started shouting. And the next one, he has to come down to still go and sign that particular contract to 4 point, because he has no option. And it's also happening now within this Lagos-Ibadan Expressway. At the time, this man came on the news and told Lagosians or Nigerians that the federal government is trying to enter into a concession agreement with Courtney. I don't know whether you saw that news.
Yeah, I saw the news, but don't forget that the first contractor on that road was Courtney.
There was the issues.
Babalaki was the
there was the issue. He went to court.
Exactly.
Let me clear if you don't understand. He went to court.
I do.
As regards that particular route.
Yeah.
But what I'm saying is that now we have a change of government. And if you, as a current minister, came out to tell the people that there is a concession arrangement, that the federal government has entered into memorandum of understanding with Courtney. That was the use of the word used. You understand, for that road. And the next thing, you begin to threaten, the budget was passed, and now the same you came out to claim that you wrote a budget for this particular road to the tune of and they reduced it.
Yes.
I found it unacceptable.
Let me say something. What was in the public domain,
yes,
how authentic it is, you and me may
no,
not
I don't
know.
Which one are you talking about in particular?
When that road, the Lagos-Ibadan Expressway was first concessioned,
yes,
it was to Wale Babalaki, that is
by Courtney, yeah.
Now, they started work, but at a point in time, the former president of Nigeria, President Goodluck Jonathan, stopped the project and he went to court.
Based on issues.
Yes, and he went to court.
Yes.
And the case is still in court up till now.
Okay.
What the current Minister for Works and Housing and Power Works and Housing is saying is that there is a case in court.
Okay.
This road was actually given to Courtney to do.
Okay.
He has taken federal government to court.
Okay.
You have not trashed this case out, and you want to eventually. Don't forget that before immediately. Hold on. Immediately, while he was still in court, the former government eventually told Julius Berger and BCC to share the road into two halves, and they started work.
Yes.
Even while the case was in court.
Yes.
So what the current minister is saying is that, see, there is an issue on this road.
Okay.
There is no point trying to do any other thing except you clear issues that are already on ground.
Can I ask you a question?
Okay.
In all sincerity, are you going to tell Lagosians that are listening, or Nigerians,
yes,
or international community that is listening to this program, that Fashola is a man that believes in the pronouncement of the court? And he showed me with facts.
I believe so.
Do you know of the enemy
He
issue?
said, I mean, for God's sake.
Let me tell you. See, I'm not a pretender. Let me tell you. And there is no court order.
And I doubt
in the history
he will just want to go or flaunt.
He has been flaunting it. It's happened with NMA in Lagos. It's happened with so many cases, even with the Lekki Express Road, when the people took him to court. So the antecedent of this man cannot justify your presentation to Lagosians. It's not about cost issue. It's about interest here. And let us call a spade a spade. If he has no interest with the man Babalaki or whoever by Courtney, he cannot do that. And it's so mischievous. Let us get it right for once. I usually look at these things. People don't like to go down memory lane. And that is the challenge the media have in Nigeria. If I make any presentation today, call me back the next 3 years, I will still tell you that this is what I said.
But it's an opinion. It's still an opinion.
No, let me tell you something.
It's an opinion.
We must be very, very careful.
Okay.
In the way and manner we play the devil's advocate to these people that knows what they're doing.
Okay.
If somebody is an SAN, and now you made a presentation to the National Assembly, and after the National Assembly, they said, okay, we've seen it, and this is the amount we want you to use. Mind you, I usually look at the antecedent of the people, of somebody. This Niger Bridge issue that came up with this, Papa, we heard from the National Assembly, when they were replying him, they said we budgeted 20 billion for Niger Bridge. 2016, you returned the money back.
Yes.
You never did anything. Why?
He gave an explanation.
What was the explanation?
His explanation was that, okay, you have released this amount of money. This money cannot...
No, you're talking about the current. No,
that's what I'm saying.
Okay.
What he explained to them was that there is a contractor that is being owned. This business, this job was given to somebody. You are owing a contractor. You have not paid him off. And you want another contractor to come and
you've not answered what I said 2016.
Yes. He returned the money because the reason why he returned the money, he gave two reasons. Number one reason is that this money that you have approved cannot start and complete this job.
What is the
They expected what they were expecting is that why didn't you go ahead and spend what you have?
Yes.
And then we will now see if you need more money to complete it or not.
Yes.
And he's saying that, see, this is a job that has been evaluated and costed, and a budget was fixed. So why do you want me to start it? It's just like, I want to give you a contract.
Okay.
Your court is saying, I will do this job for 20 million.
Okay.
We now give you an LPO of 16 million to go and execute the job.
Go and start the job.
Yes, don't come back and ask for more money.
Nobody said that.
Don't come back.
You are the one.
But gentlemen, you cannot quite say exactly until you also see the memorandum of understanding to know.
Exactly. We don't have a true picture of what went down.
To be made in tranches.
Let me tell you something.
Or if that money was for
if Fashola had continued and he came back for more money, you would have told him he embezzled money,
please,
or it was not properly managed well.
Excuse me. Please, let us get it right here.
But let's not forget also we have a major story here.
It's important.
We need to answer that.
Let me round up. One is this. The fact of the matter here is this. When you have a situation, a contract that runs maybe 24 or 36 months, nowhere in the whole world that you make outright payment.
That's true.
Let us get it right.
It's okay.
We cannot be deceived. Some of us believes...
Fashola never proposed making an outright payment.
That is what you are suggesting.
No.
He said this is the amount that are going to use to do it, and you are giving me 16 instead of 20. So automatically, I am telling you that he is not being sincere. And
your opinion, Chief Larry.
I'm the one talking, not you. You have said your own.
Okay.
I said he's not being sincere.
Okay.
Because if he is sincere, today you are asking for the same 20 billion that you were given on 2016, you never did anything. And they released it. Because even in America, in the same environment, go and check the story. If you are given a job and you are given money, and you could not exhaust that money, if you are coming back, they can't give you. No country that has sane individuals or people with good minds can tolerate what he did. And now you are trying to blackmail the National Assembly to do what?
But let me go ahead and spend the money, and you will come and accuse him that we gave you money, you spent it.
Don't tell me that there is no job. Excuse me.
I think
finally, there is no job in Lagos.
Yes.
Look at this Lekki Express Road.
Yes.
Fashola did not get to 40% of that road before he left. It's supposed to be a continuum. Has he paid the complete money?
No, it's a continuum. You just said it's a continuum.
This rail now that is going on from Orile to Maitu.
Yes.
I'm aware that the current governor to Badagry, the current governor immediately he came in, paid 12 billion to that company. And the city is still running.
It's a continuum.
So what is he saying? What are you saying?
Exactly.
What are you saying?
Listen to what I just said.
No.
What I'm saying is this.
Let's get another topic because, see, these guys know what they're doing.
Okay, Chief. Anyway, before we continue, because we have some other interesting stories to share, we'll quickly go on a short break. When we come back, we'll take more stories. We'll be right back after now. All right, we're back, and it's still Crossfire with Dakpo Anishoma. To a very large extent, I think Chief Larry came, to really deal with issues on the show.
Yeah, he won that round.
Oh, it was not a competition. So it was just issues that we need to raise. Now, let's quickly discuss about some of these odd matters. And I know, I have an idea of what your position is. Constitution amendment. is ongoing as we speak. I first of all want to find out if there is a sincerity on the part of the legislative arm of government, and at the same time, the elements that have been fished out after their retreat to be considered for amendment. I keep thinking, I read it almost every day, and everything I am seeing in almost all the 35 points that they listed seems to be apolitical. Everything is pointing to opportunity to probably, prepare for 2019, opportunity for some of the things they have in mind to do so that the Constitution can support it. Everything seems, it's still not in the interest of the Nigerian people. And so I'm wondering why you want to do police, police name change from Nigerian Police Force to Nigerian Police, without really looking at the elements that actually makes the Nigerian police, the number of men there, their remuneration, the type of life they are living, the compensation process. All of those things are not considered. Delivery. But you just want to consider a name change without really looking at the structure and so many other things involved. So, first of all, do you believe that Nigeria needs an amendment of the Constitution, or we should start looking at a referendum that may run in parallel with government as we speak to begin to look at coming up with a new constitution for this our great country?
I think I usually use this word one step at a time.
Okay.
And whatever you are doing is worth doing well. I think the National Assembly, that they are sincere.
Okay.
You see, when you start something and people are making agitations, the mindset of the leader speaks a lot to whatever you are doing. And when you look at this particular issue of restructuring, the political party at the center disagreed. They told Nigerians that we don't know what we are, that they don't know.
I don't think so. They just wanted a definition to be restructuring.
To who? Something you campaigned with.
Exactly.
Something you campaigned with.
What if what they meant is totally different?
They tell us what you meant. Excuse me. Restructuring.
They already said it's cognitive restructuring that they canvass
They are disagreeing. Not now. Currently, they are disagreeing among themselves.
Okay.
As at this moment.
I know Kolade Abdullah is saying something totally different from what the Minister of Information is saying.
So I don't know where you are getting your reaction from. But the fact of this issue is this. There is something we must get. When people are insincere, you see, propagandists are not good leaders. I don't know if you understand me. So what is happening now is that we have a situation whereby we have a conglomeration of some certain characters, in one box, all for one aim, and they've achieved it.
Okay, and that is
taking off the former president, and he's gone forever. Okay. And today you are there. The issue about restructuring is an English word. If you bring any revised edition of the dictionary you have, we will still give you, at the end point, give you something. So what don't you understand? Okay. Now, when you are talking about the National Assembly here, there has been agitation. This issue of police and police force, so many of us are talking about it 10 years ago.
Correct.
Is there in the minds of every Nigerian? Is a welcome development. And when you read out the 29 things that they have reviewed, all of them were not out of the way. Okay. Even the issue of immunity that the people that want to deceive Nigerians came out with.
Yes.
The immunity has been always been an act.
Okay.
And now, since it has been an act, they want to bring it into the Constitution. Why? Because of the reaction and mindset of the current leaders. Today we have a government.
No, but when you talk about devolution of powers, and you look at Section 308 that provided immunity for governors and presidents and the likes of them, would you still be in support of devolution of power?
I'm not talking. We are talking about the National Assembly here.
Okay, yeah, we're talking about the elements
the issue I came up
that they listed out.
Yes, and I said the only thing that I think people misunderstood.
Okay.
Of which Saraki and Ekweremadu has made clarifications on that.
Okay.
That this has always been an act, and now we want to make sure we have it in the Constitution, because every pronouncement now says, is it in the Constitution?
No.
You look. I'm coming. Let me land. I think we have a situation now as regards confirmation.
Okay.
And somebody is saying no, it is in the Constitution. That is what the National Assembly. Somebody said no, that this is an act. You understand that we can do this and do that. And now the National Assembly is trying to make sure that if we are running based on constitutionality, and that is why they came out and make a pronouncement, that everything is one of the reviews they are making now, everything that is constitutional, we don't need any assent from anybody. Let us follow the constitution to the letter.
Yeah.
And that is the only thing that will uphold the nation. Now, we are talking about this restructuring. And the political party came out and made such a pronouncement that they don't understand. What do you expect the National Assembly that represent the people? Because these are the direct representatives of the people.
To be, but then the people have been clamoring.
Not the people. Some people. Say some
Nigerians
people.
Have been
not Nigerians. Yes, some Nigerians.
A lot of Nigerians.
I am a Nigerian.
A lot of Nigerians.
Is the National Assembly a true representation of Nigeria?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
That's what I'm saying.
Okay.
That's the point I'm making.
Okay.
And I have my facts. As of today, somebody will come up to tell you, even people of the same political party will tell you that 36 agencies of this government have not submitted their budget. Agencies. You're talking about NNPC, CBN, and you are claiming you have TSA. And the next day something will come up and you say the National Assembly is not working. The only thing is that they will invite people and they will refuse to come because of what? A precedent that has been set by this government that no, you are only answerable to me and nobody questions you.
Okay, Chief Larry, let's take this call before we continue. Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning.
George, how are you today?
I'm all right. I'm George calling from Akumwendo.
All right, please talk to us, George.
You see, there's one thing about this country. The country is a country of, I just don't know what to quantify the country with. Those who say they don't know the meaning of restructuring, I think they should go to the Bible, to the dictionary. What restructuring is all about. These people are playing politics with everything. When you restructure this country, the country will be better than what it is today. We all know that. If you remember in those days when we were going original, we're in Southwest, Midwest, Southeast, things were better than today. Let us go back to restructuring. The North, they know what they're doing because they're reaping from where they didn't sow. Are you getting what I'm saying?
We are listening to
you.
They reap from where they didn't sow. So let us go back to
That's your opinion, George.
It's better for us.
Obviously.
Thank you.
All right, thank you very much, George. You were saying something before we pick that call, and I need you to just continue on that thought before my next question.
So the fact of the matter is that, one, if you have a government that never believed in something, or maybe they are playing politics with some, just like the caller rightly asserted, what do? You have a National Assembly that has this responsibility, just like the legislators from the Southeast came with Southeast Development Commission. And these same people that he mentioned now, after they trashed it in the first reading, they were clapping and they were laughing. Then you ask yourself, who is the victor, who is the vanquished here? Are we not running one Nigeria? You trash something that's supposed to benefit my people, and all of you are rejoicing in the chambers, clapping that you have succeeded in nailing. And that was the first time that particular situation came up.
How would you feel, Chief Larry?
Yes.
I put this across to you.
Yes,
How would you feel after the Southeast Bill was launched on the floor of the National Assembly?
Yes.
How would you feel if Oduduwa
Came
up with something? We all knew what instituted the North.
The crisis.
The crisis, the Boko Haram activities that instituted the committee that was formed to be chairman by former General Danjuma for the rebuilding of the North. We all know that the northern part of Nigeria is already war-ravaged because of the activities of the terrorists, Boko Haram. Now, you launched a counter bill of the of the southeast of Nigeria, and they threw it out, or they probably argued it down. What if the West now launched another one? Don't you think it will throw the house in a very big confusion?
Have you
Let's
finished?
quickly take this call, please.
Let's take this call and take your response. Hello, good morning, Remy.
Good morning.
Good to have you on the show.
You're welcome.
All right.
You see, to me, the whole problem of this issue is corruption. we need somebody to fight on corruption before we can correct all these things we are saying. No matter any argument on this country is under corruption. When we pray for somebody that can help us tackle on this corruption, all this one we are arguing out will not be there.
Okay.
That is why I used to say that the prayer we need in this country is God help us to solve the problem of Nigeria. Not the one we are following this Americans say God bless Nigeria. God help Nigeria is the prayer we need in this country. This country is blessed. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Remy.
Thank
Nice
you,
one.
Remy.
I think in response to what you said, I don't know whether you looked at that particular bill that was thrown out and the reason given.
Okay.
Do you
Let's
have
talk about it. Let's talk about it.
The reason was that there was a time, more serious war that lasted for almost 3 years. There is this RRR, rebuilt, this and that, which was never done. People lost their more than how many million? 3 million Igbos died. And they said, if you have this situation that happened in the same country, you understand me, and you never, because it is one of the reasons. Forget the fact that people blackmail the Igbos today, that, oh, you don't know anything, you go to another people's region to develop it. I call it cheap blackmail, which will destroy this nation. Because you are what you are telling others is that it is not wise for you to think nationalistic. And that's an Igbo man for you. We believe that we are Nigerians. We believe we can live everywhere, develop everywhere, from our hearts. There was a time something went viral in the social media where they presented an Igbo man with a house, cars, and everything in a truck. But you saw the other guy from there only with his wrapper or mats living. So if now you are blackmailing us, that why should we go and do that is a bad precedent that Nigerians are saying by that argument. Now,
but don't
it's just a few people. That is not the generality of Nigerians saying that about the.
No, it's not. No. Even they have made it that some of us that are uninformed, some Igbos that are uninformed, believe that an average man has no sense for being nationalistic. I don't know if you understand me. Now,
I do.
So let me tell you. Let us get it right here.
All right.
There is this thing they call abandoned property, River State. And again, there is this particular policy initiated by the Awolowo that after the war, even if you are an Igbo man and you have 5 million, we are giving 20 pounds, which is 20 naira, and that is the outcome of all those properties.
All right, let's take this call. Hello, Tete. Good morning. Hello, Tete, are you there?
Yes, I'm here.
All right, good morning. How are you today?
Fine, thank you.
All right, talk to us.
My observations about the argument. It's not a win-win argument. It's an expression of what we should understand at every situation of any issue.
Okay.
So when you are putting the argument, don't act as if you want to win. Act as if you want to educate us. Thank you.
Thank you very much. I mean, obviously, it is not Crossfire is not like we.
No, it's Crossfire. It's Crossfire.
Yes, exactly.
So
it's not a competition. I mean, you bring your views.
Yes.
If I support it, I support it. If I don't support it, I tell you what I feel. Yes. So, see, I think that it is high time that we begin. We began to work on our mindset and begin to think differently.
Wow.
I do not in any way. I have Igbo people in my family. I'm a Yoruba man. You probably have a Yoruba or an Hausa in your family, even though you're an Igbo man. But the truth is that you cannot be a true Nigerian and not appreciate the effort of the Igbo people. Wherever they find themselves, wherever at any point in time, I still say it on any platform that if there is a race in this nation today that you can build industry around and you know that you will make it and they will make something beautiful out of, then build it around the Igbo people. Now, I would not expect that any right-thinking Nigerian will want to say anything bad about the Igbo people's presence in other regions of the Federation?
Let's get some things. Let's get some things right.
It's like you. Okay.
Because based on what you said, initially, when that was through the question about the constitutional amendment, you applauded the senators. You applauded
perfectly.
the
Yeah.
National Assembly.
Yes, they are doing job well.
And you
Based on
believe in them.
everything-
So for them
based
to
on
have thrown out,
everything you have said right now, it shows we have a fundamental problem in the country. And that
Yes.
fundamental problem can only be cured by the National Assembly.
Yes.
Now, the number one responsibility they have is to make laws for the good governance of Nigeria.
Perfectly.
So why isn't restructuring a major focus for them to addressing this issue?
No, many of the things they presented, the 29 already, they're already restructuring. You know, there's this kind of, will I say, calculated
They
attempt.
don't believe in power devolution, but they believe in
No. Power devolution. What is it Bajabi Amiela presented, the member of the reps? He replied to some of those things. He said, it's not that maybe this thing was thrown out, that they have machineries within the House or the National Assembly to do justice to a bill that had issues. So it's not a forgotten matter.
Okay.
It's a continuous
Chief Larry,
process.
I'm going to take my last break.
Yes.
And then we come back and bring a conclusion to some of these things. Okay, but before we do that, I'll take this call. Hello, good morning. Good morning, Benjamin. Hello, Benjamin. Hello, Benjamin, are you there?
I'm with you.
All right, can you just turn down the volume of your TV set so that we can hear you?
Okay.
All right, so talk to us.
Okay. Hello, can you hear me?
Yes?
Hello, can you hear me?
We can hear you.
Okay, my contribution, I want to ask a question for your guest there. But my contribution is, let's tell ourselves the truth and let's call a spade.
A spade. Wonderful.
Our politicians are not sincere. And let me tell another thing. Nigeria has never been divided the way it is now.
Yes.
We are not sincere. We are not telling ourselves the truth. People claim change. We can't see the change. The same thing is still working on. We are still seeing the same thing going on. Still the same circle. We are still passing through the same circle. There is no change. Let me tell you something. Me and a friend, we argued about this politics, whatever. The person now said, there are no loopholes, things have changed. I said, look at you. I am fortunate to be a contractor with government. If I tell you how money is being shared, how money has been changing hand, even in this present dispensation that claim change, I don't want to mention names, I don't want to mention any parastatal, but I'm telling you what is going on in Nigeria as we speak now. So please, we are too divided. We are not united. We are just deceiving ourselves, pretending as if we are united. Hello?
Hello? Listen.
As if we are united. We are not. We are not united. There is no peace. There is no love.
All right.
We have been divided on ethnic and religious ground. Then my question to my brother there, Mr. Emeka Eminike, what's his name?
Yeah, his name is Chief Larry Eminike. Yeah.
I watched the television again now. He was saying something about Fashola, about the road, Lagos, Ibadan, that they budgeted a particular amount. Fashola brought another amount, and later they not did a particular amount. Please, I want you to just say briefly and clarify me. I want to know what really happened. Okay, please. Thank you.
Okay. Now, I mean, it's really very, how will I put it, mind-boggling to note that some certain things, that are happening. I mean, is the way they are. But I quickly will take a thought from you. I mean, the caller, we respect them a lot. It just wants, to be clear about some of the things you probably asserted about.
I think precisely he was talking about the Lagos-Ibadan Expressway. He said, I find it so funny, and I can make comparisons, with a lot of things as regards his question concerning the Lagos-Ibadan Expressway. I find it so funny that a man that came up, few days to a time and claimed that federal government has signed an MOU, with, by Courtney, at a time, came out again to suggest that he was giving some certain figures which cannot do a job. And I asked myself, I said, why? When you are given a contract that has a duration, we are talking about 24, 36 months here, sometimes 48 months, and you've not started anything. and you are claiming that some certain people are trying to, you know, sabotage your effort, and when there is no effort. So I make references with the Niger Bridge issue to show the insincerity of the man in question. I said 2016, a budget of 20 billion was made to this same man for Niger Bridge. But because of their mindset, you know, you have the Fashola, you have our president, you have Amechi, that never believed, you know, that still hold this 55%, you know, issue at heart or on their head. They still believe that the Southeast never deserved anything. He returned that money. And now you are giving, because you could not manage 20 billion, you gave a budget of 15 billion and they gave you 10 billion and you are complaining. You've not started, even the Ibadan, you've not started, the Niger Bridge, you have not started, and you are claiming, and now he said, workers want to down too. Which workers? In Nigeria, we know these contractors are here. Except if you have a special interest with any contractor. You know, people are crying about this power. Now, a suggestion of an increment in tariff is coming by. This same man, if you can remember, a few months back, told us to swallow bitter pills. That an increment will be coming, and if we do it, we will have more. They did the increment. You understand? And today we are not having the light. Okay. And now they are coming with it.
So now people, Nigerians are the ones who suffer.
Okay, but you believe, Chief Larry, that the constitution amendment process that is ongoing. It's ongoing. They, after their retreat, they have a timeline of up to 2018 to finish, you know, whatever they want to do. Your last comment is that it is the right step in the right
based
direction.
on the man on the head. You know, Saraki has shown a man that is capable, a man that is objective, a man that is focused. Today, nobody will celebrate that, too. You know, he's not collecting his pension. Yes, but some of these characters that are talking about bitter pills are still collecting their own. Nobody has refused the
thank you very much. I think thank you very much, Chief Larry.
We need to give a call to whom those
Saraki is doing well,
the National Assembly is doing well, Larry, and I appreciate them.
It's always a pleasure having you on the platform. Thanks so much for coming. This is how far we can go today. We'll be back next week. God bless you and God bless Nigeria. Bye for now.
To enjoy more of these our Ogbonge videos when you just watch, press this button to subscribe on top of our YouTube page. You go love her.